What if I told you the dark sky above your head is actually evidence that something is missing? Think about it. The universe contains trillions of stars. Galaxies stretch farther than the human mind can imagine. Every direction you look should be packed with light. So why isn't the entire sky glowing white? That question hides one of the strangest mysteries in cosmology. At first glance, the answer seems simple. Space is black because it's empty. But that's not true. In fact, the story begins with a contradiction. Right after the Big Bang, the universe wasn't dark at all. It was brighter than anything you could possibly imagine. A blinding ocean of energy filled every corner of existence. There were no stars, no planets, no galaxies, just an incredibly hot soup of particles colliding nonstop. And here's where it gets weird. Even though the universe was flooded with energy, you wouldn't have been able to see through it. Light was trapped inside this cosmic fog, bouncing endlessly between particles. Then something extraordinary happened. As the universe expanded, it cooled. Electrons finally joined with protons to form atoms. Suddenly, light was free to travel. The fog vanished. The universe became transparent. But instead of revealing a brilliant white cosmos, everything went dark. Completely dark. No stars existed yet. No galaxies. No visible light sources. Astronomers call this period the Cosmic Dark Ages. For millions of years, the universe was essentially a gigantic empty night. But that raises an even bigger question. If darkness ruled the cosmos, what switched the lights back on? The answer came from monsters. The first stars weren't like our sun. They were hundreds of times more massive and millions of times brighter. These cosmic giants ignited the darkness, flooding space with radiation and transforming the young universe forever. But that's not even the craziest part. Those first stars changed everything. As they burned through their fuel, they unleashed unimaginable amounts of energy. Their radiation ripped apart hydrogen atoms across the cosmos, turning the dark universe into a glowing landscape of charged particles. For a brief period, space was alive with light. So why isn't the sky still bright today? The answer flips everything you think you know. Imagine a universe where every direction shines white. No darkness, no black sky, just endless brightness. Sounds reasonable, right? Actually, it would be impossible. A white sky would mean light from every star in existence had enough time to reach us. That would require the universe to be infinitely old, infinitely large, and completely unchanging. But our universe isn't any of those things. It's roughly 14 billion years old, and light has a speed limit. That means there are regions of space so distant that their light hasn't arrived yet. We're literally looking into an unfinished picture of reality. And this is where it gets weird. Even the stars we can see are slowly disappearing from view. Not because they're dying, because the universe is expanding. Every second, distant galaxies drift farther away. As they move, their light stretches like an elastic band. Scientists call this redshift. The farther the galaxy travels, the longer its wavelength becomes. Eventually, that light stretches beyond the range of human vision. The stars don't vanish. Their light simply becomes invisible. What happens next changes everything. This means the darkness of space isn't empty at all. The sky only looks black because your eyes are blind to most of what's actually there. And if you could suddenly see every wavelength surrounding Earth right now, the universe would look completely different. At this very moment, space is overflowing with radiation. Invisible waves pass through you every second. Radio signals, infrared energy, microwaves, X-rays. The cosmos is buzzing with activity. You just can't see it. The black sky above you is hiding an enormous amount of information. But here comes the twist nobody expects. Even if the entire universe suddenly lit up with unimaginable brightness, there would still be objects you could never truly see. Black holes. These cosmic enigmas break the rules of visibility itself. Everything we see exists because it emits, reflects, or interacts with light. Black holes refuse to cooperate. Their gravity is so powerful that once light crosses a certain boundary, it can never escape. No reflection, no glow, no visible surface, just darkness. And that's why black holes are among the strangest objects ever discovered. They're not simply dark things floating through space. They're regions where visibility itself comes to an end, which means the universe contains something even more mysterious than darkness. Places where light permanently disappears. Suddenly, The black sky doesn't feel empty anymore. It feels hidden. Every patch of darkness becomes a reminder that we're only seeing a tiny fraction of reality. A fraction limited by distance, limited by time, and limited by our own eyes. So the next time you look into the night sky, remember this. The universe isn't black because there's nothing there. It's black because most of what's there remains beyond your reach. And if one day humanity learns how to see everything hidden in that darkness, what other impossible secrets might finally come into view?